Golf ball-sized hail pounded vehicles trying to weather severe storms in Colorado's eastern plains Monday. In the midst of the onslaught, a rainbow appears in the dark sky. The weather is expected to clear up for Tuesday.
Destruction. It's a mile-wide tornado. Search and rescue. Start thinking about search and rescue. Tell us the weather. Car got thrown in the car. Car got thrown out in the field. Let's go see if they're okay. I know. Land. They're coming out of the car. They're coming out of the car. They're coming out of the car. They're thrown. They're thrown.
Are you guys all right?
Oh my God. Walking out. They're waving at us.
Get something so they can get out.
Hello? No, it's busy. It's a fast business. There's no answer. I'll keep calling. Show me if you need help.
I heard him screaming, Chris!
Where the stuff? Yeah.
Somebody in here!
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Go to the car.
Hello? 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 Oh, give her, sweetie. Give her, honey. Give her, sweetie. It's okay. Give her, baby. I'm sorry. Come on, sweetie. Oh. It's okay, sweetie. I know. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. Anybody help?
All right, is there something in our water? There's been a recent spike in infant deaths in Philadelphia, and there's one expert right now who's saying it is radioactive levels in our water that's to blame for that. Remember the explosion at the Fukishima power plant in March after that earthquake and tsunami? Well, that radiation circled the globe, and it came all the way here to Pennsylvania, and about a month after that disaster, radiation levels spiked in our water at 3 of our Philadelphia facilities. But there could be a bigger problem than just the water. Let's check in right now.
Enough time to suggest, not to conclude yet. It's what the real benefit of this, it really is a red flag to be raised for more studies to be done.
Still, the numbers are alarming.
Number of infant deaths each week in Philadelphia has gone up 48%.
Joseph Mangano is talking about a significant increase in infant deaths in Philadelphia.
We've gone from average of 5 deaths per week to 7.5 deaths per week.
And what's even more thought-provoking is what he's attributing the deaths to.
Japan, there's a meltdown. The huge amounts of radiation comes out of the reactors into the air. It floats across the Pacific Ocean, and within 6 days, it's here in the United States.
Mangano is the executive director of the Radiation and Public Health Project, made up of scientists and health professionals.
The great majority of infants who die in the first couple of weeks of life.
And yes, you heard him right. He believes radiation traveling from Japan to the U.S. by air we breathe, getting into the rain and our food, enters our bodies. And in this case, Mangano says it's affecting particularly pregnant women without them knowing, until their newborn suddenly dies.
It's the stuff of a Hollywood movie, but a group of veterans has filed a lawsuit against the CIA and U.S. Army claiming that the government planted remote-controlled devices in their brains. The claims relate to a government program at the U.S. Army's Edgewood Arsenal in Maryland, where scientists tested hundreds of chemical and biological substances on at least 7,800 servicemen. So could this really be happening? Well, joining me to help discuss this is Dr. Colin Ross, president of the
coming, he's alive. Jesus of Nazareth, the son of David, the slain lamb. He was born to be a king. He's alive. The Jewish man, he's alive. He's alive. Prepare the way. Time is ticking by, and I can feel an explosion inside. And time is ticking by, and I can feel an explosion inside. As in the days of Noah, as in the days of Noah, they'll be drinking, marrying, laughing, as in the days of Noah. What a fool, they say, to build a boat on sand. What a fool, they say. It's never rained before. It's never rained before. It's never rained before. As in the days of Noah, so it will be in the coming of the Son of Man. And what a fool, they say, to fast and pray. And what a fool, they say. Come on, it's been 2,000 years. Do you really think that he's coming? Come on, let's just get real. But remember this first, that many, many, many scoffers will come when the rain starts falling. It's too late. It's too late. And when the rain starts falling, it's too late. It's too late. As in the days of Noah, it's never rained before. It's never rained before. It's never rained before. It's never rained before. But one day, 2 days, 3 days gone by, and time is ticking by, and I can feel an explosion inside. People get ready, Jesus is coming, and many, 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 many scoffers will rise in that day, and they'll say, it's never rained before, it's never rained before, it's never rained before, it's never rained before, it's never rained, rain, go away, hide me from the wrath of the Lamb. When the rain starts falling, it's too late. It's too late. And when the rain starts falling, it's too late. It's too late. And when the rain starts falling, it's too late. It's too late. And when the rain starts falling, it's too late. It's too late. And when the rain...
Of all the code matrices found by the Bible code, there is one recurring theme present. Man is on the road to the end of days. Recent news broadcasts have reported of an asteroid that might be on a collision course with Earth. The code seems to suggest that man's end may come in the form of a comet hitting the Earth in the year 2012. Comet 5772, Earth annihilated. But another code matrix seems to suggest a different outcome, that the comet may be destroyed before it reaches Earth. Comet, it will be crumbled. I will tear to pieces. 2012.
When we look in the Bible, there are Bible prophecies that predict in the end of days something like that will happen. And I think that's what most people, where this idea comes from in looking at a possible asteroid or a meteoroid strike of the Earth.
The prophecy also seems to suggest that the end of days may have already begun with the September 11th attacks, twin towers, in the end of days, which will bring about the beginning of the end of the world, world war, in the end of days, and atomic holocaust, in the end of days.
They're hesitant to use the code to make predictions. They'd rather use it to understand them. But take a look at the matrix they found when they searched for the word Japan.
When the seabed ruptured, it unleashed a monster
There are fears
killer.
tonight of a nuclear emergency, a day on from the 7th largest tremor in history.
Well, to be very frank, Red Cross doesn't get into the practice of comparing disasters, but this was an almost unprecedented convergence of a number of separate disasters happening at the same time.
We will always get hit by things like droughts and tsunamis. And if somebody knows the the time when the world's going to end, well, certainly that person we should pay a lot of attention to. But that is not the case.
The Japanese earthquake was the most powerful ever to hit that country. The 10-metre high tsunami it triggered left 4 million people without power and over 10,000 people lost their lives.
So everyone's asking, what's going on? And they're turning to ancient texts. The Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament, and it's one of the oldest manuscripts that hasn't changed over the centuries. Inside of the computer, the Torah resides as a text file. The rabbis or the professors put in a key word, and up comes a table. And it looks like a crossword puzzle. Not everything you search for is in the Torah, but lately we've been really amazed at what's been in there. When a word is just blatantly there and you can't ignore it. In 1983, there was a satellite put up. They call it IRAS. It was an infrared observatory that they put up, and they discovered this planet way out in the distance, billions of miles away. It was like a dark star, which you could only see with an infrared telescope. This is a planet at least the size of Jupiter that seems to be headed in our direction. NASA even has a name for it now. They call it Nemesis.
I would say that there's going to be very serious earthquake activity, based on precedent that we've seen before. One last thing about this before I want to move on to the next. Take a look at how when Elenin bypasses Earth, it moves where you have to think of these things like magnets. Imagine these as magnets on a table. If you pushed a magnet like Elenin right past the Earth as it was in orbit, wouldn't it draw it? Wouldn't it possibly adjust its orbit? Or if it doesn't somehow adjust the orbit, think of all the earthquakes where some scientist has said that the earthquake caused the axis to tilt or the pole to move. I'm not saying there's going to be some 180-degree pole shift or something, but if this Elenin has any kind of mass to it, I'd imagine it will affect the Earth in some way. Which brings me to the next bit of scripture I want to share with you. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you here. This is a program called Stellarium. It's an astronomy program where you can look at stars, constellations, etc. You can change the date range that you're looking at. If you look at this right here, I'm looking at 9/29/2011, which is Rosh Hashanah. I'll move it forward here a little bit. Now look at this. This is Virgo. There's the picture of it so you can kind of get an idea. That's Virgo. And this is the Sun. Here's Venus, which is also called the bright morning star. And here's the Moon. Now let me show you some scripture referring to this. Revelation 12:1 says, "Now a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a garland of 12 stars." Then being with child, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. So look, you've got exactly what that verse is saying. You've got a woman clothed with the sun. You know, the sun's rays are just kind of clothing her. And then you've got the moon at her feet. Now, oh, and it says later in that verse, talks about she's having a child. Well, Venus is called the bright morning star, and if you look in Revelation, Jesus is known as the bright morning star. So she's actually carrying the Christ child, which is Jesus. You need to watch the Star of Bethlehem documentary. I bought it because it's so incredible. But you need to watch, he explains this. I think there's an instance of it occurring in the past. And he explains it much better than I can. And you'll just have to watch it. But that's what I wanted to show you here. That's a very interesting sign, and that occurs only on the first day of Rosh Hashanah. If you go back a single day, look. If you go back a single day, the moon is no longer at her feet. See, this is the 28th. The moon is no longer at her feet. If you go forward a day to the 30th, you see the moon is no longer at her feet. So it only occurs on that date. It only occurs on that date of Rosh Hashanah. See, you've still got her clothed in the sun, you know, with the, you know, Jesus the Christ child, but the moon is not nearly as close to her feet as it was on the 29th. So I just thought that's an interesting sign that I would share with you.
You won't relate it to you, have it all. My heart is yours. You won't relate it to you, have it all. My heart is yours.
I'll set you as a seal upon my heart, as a seal upon my arm. For there is love that is as strong as death, jealousy demanding as the grave. Many waters cannot quench this love.
You won't relate it to you, have it all. My heart is yours. You won't relate it to you, have it all. My heart is yours.
I'll set you as a seal upon my heart, as a seal upon my arm. For there is love that is as strong as death, jealousy demanding as the grave.